Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Farhan Chak. I came to Doha in 2008 August. I'm originally a Kashmiri from northern Pakistan, but I was born and raised in Canada. I came to Qatar in August of 2008 while I was working at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. as a researcher. I was approached for a position in Doha completely out of the blue. I had no idea about Doha really, even though my khala, my mother's sister, lived here about 30, 40 years ago. There's been such a drastic change over the last 8 years that I've been here. It was like the whole country was built for a few people. So we even had more fun and we had even more exciting times in the beginning. Alhamdulillah, it was a fantastic reception and experience, and it continues to be. Just in my first year, I smiled more in Doha in my first year living here than I did 33 years in Canada. When I first arrived in Qatar, I recall being met at the airport, being given a key to my apartment that was clean, some spending money, and having inside my fridge bread, milk, snacks. So I was quite impressed with my initial reception. Here I felt immediately that they're going the extra mile to make people who are coming here, at least in my situation as an academic, very comfortable. So I was very pleased with that. I got married in Doha. Doha really gave me everything. My wife was a journalist with Al Jazeera. She is Turkish, but she's born and raised in Germany, so she's German. And I met her through mutual friends. But being from a conservative family, and she is from a conservative family, so the approaching her was rather complicated because I wanted to maintain the values that I've been taught. So, to be honest, a Qatari family very close to me was the mediator. That then led to our first meeting. I only met my wife 3 times. And then I asked her, can I go see your father? And so I flew to Germany to meet Baba. And so that's how we met.
My name is Isra Chak. I came to Doha in late 2009. I came here to work for Al Jazeera English. I'm a journalist. I've met my husband Farhan Chak, Dr. Farhan Chak, early 2010 here in Doha, actually at a conference by Tariq Ramadan at the Shark Village Hotel. And we got married pretty much. It was very traditional, even though we were not with our families here, but we tried to keep it very traditional because we both are very attached to our deen. And so, alhamdulillah, now we're here with 2 children.
Marriage is a major transformation, and children are such a blessing. And it really makes you appreciate how we in the Middle East, all of us, are supposed to respect our own parents.
We miss our families so much here. But truth be told, anytime you leave your house, in the end, we wait, we count the days till we come back home to Qatar to have our own normal routine again with the children. Qatar is the only place that my husband and I have in common because we come from such different backgrounds. We have no common space other than Doha and our faith, actually. So we always look forward to coming back. I can say that for sure. So alhamdulillah, raising our kids here has been such a blessing because Neither my husband nor I, we don't speak any Arabic, but we think it's a very important language for our children to know. And living here, of course, gives us the opportunity for them to learn Arabic. So my 4-year-old son is actually going to an Arabic kindergarten right now, which is amazing. We have all the options that we are looking for here that are very easy for us to access. And so, alhamdulillah, we are very happy that we have this opportunity here. And inshallah, we want to take advantage of this as long as we can.
I've been teaching at Qatar University since 2008 when I first came. My area of specialization is political theory. I teach courses, though, in Introduction to Political Science, Introduction to International Relations, and my own course that I've developed, Leadership and Civic Responsibility.
Assalamu alaikum, gentlemen. Now, before we get started, just a couple announcements. Did everybody receive the midterm review slides that I had sent out to Blackboard? Did you receive it? Okay.
One of the best experiences that I've continued to have in Qatar is the relationship that I have, which is very special with my students. And this relationship has grown into more than just an educator-learner relationship. They are like my younger brothers and sisters, and I see in front of me, in the students, both Qatari and non-Qatari, fantastic potential, and I want to give them the opportunities or help them achieve that potential that I know exists inside them.
How would you feel alone in a desert? You just realize all of a sudden that you are in this new area. You have no memories of before. Freedom. Very good. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Study hard, and I will see you on Thursday. Thank you.
At the university, I'm constantly involved in different extracurricular activities that I feel should be student-led. So one of the objectives that we're doing now is a series called Islamicization of Knowledge. These are a group of intellectuals from the Middle East that started an organization called the International Institute of Islamic Thought almost half a century ago. So what we're doing today in the library is we're donating a series of books written by those scholars, and we are also highlighting to the students that this is a very important part, that knowledge is never neutral. Knowledge is heavily influenced by the values people have. So what we're doing is showcasing the importance of indigenous knowledge. I never want to be satisfied when it comes to what we can do for our students. And when I look at it really more than the students, the mustaqbil, the future. So I never want to be satisfied, and I always want to be hungry and always feel I have not done enough.
Suq Waqif represents the old and the new together, and I think this is what's so attractive about Suq Waqif. And we come here as a place where all of the citizens and the individuals that are residing in Qatar can come here and unwind and have a coffee or have a tea, and there's so many variety of different foods. Classical, traditional foods are offered here, so it gives you a real modern
context of what was in the past. And this is what I think is so beautiful about Souq Waqif. Particularly architecturally, it's stunning, but the feel of it it's really the vision, I believe, of what Qatar wants to achieve, both the new and the old together. Water? Put something, chai or karak or anything like that. Being an academic and having an interaction with students, and when I came, I was relatively very young and in many ways not 100% mature. I was 33 years old, I was unmarried, and the differences between some of the students and me were 10 years. So my original first closest friends were my students. These cafes here have heard all our stories on what we want to do. Gentlemen, let's walk. Time for Salah anyway. We have to go for prayer. I think what I love most and what I resonate with, what I feel so similar to, is the vision of Qatar. My mother's family is a very traditional Kashmiri household in Pakistan. Their lifestyle is identical to the lifestyle of people in the Gulf. My cousins, the way my cousins dress is how people dress here. Well, this is a traditional clothing from northern Pakistan. This is a very Middle Eastern style. I wear the thobe as well. And I like to partake in cultures. There is a great scholar from Lebanon, Amin Malouf, and he writes that identity is never one thing. Identity is many. And the more you can add to your identity, the better. So I celebrate Khan Faroush. I celebrate Karak. We have our own, we call it namkeen chai. Kashmiris have a salty tea. I relate very personally then with the local population, and I automatically draw parallels to my own family. Raising my children in Doha is fantastic. I feel that in many ways he can get the best of both modern and traditional values, and those values very important to me. At the same time, you have some fantastic educational facilities. And Qatar is spending the most in the world when it comes to education. But when it comes to his spiritual development, which is for me utmost important, his akhlaq, the akhlaq and the character of my children, Doha is among the best areas that you could achieve this objective.